Have you heard of big changes coming to prop firms? Have you heard about regulations coming from the CME itself? Are prop firms, as you know them, about to change forever? In this video, we're going to go over some of the proposed changes coming to prop firms on a whole basis, and why I think these changes are coming. So in this video, I'm not only going to share with you what my thoughts are and my opinions are on these regulations and why they're coming down the pipeline and what the regulations possibly are. I'm also going to share with you the thoughts of a leading prop firm CEO, one of the leading prop firms in the entire industry, if not the number one prop firm in the entire industry. Their CEO just came out and gave his opinion and his thoughts on what these regulations would look like and how they plan to get ahead of it all. Now, when you really come down to it, in my opinion anyways, when you think about why regulations generally happen, it's either to protect the consumer or a money grab. In most cases, if you ask me, it's usually a money grab. And when you sit here and look and think and analyze, who is making a lot of money when it comes to prop firms? You have the prop firms themselves, who are selling the evaluations, who are selling the resets, who are selling the PA fees, meaning the fees to convert an evaluation after you pass it into a funded account so you can trade and make money. They're making a lot of money. You have affiliates making some good money. And then you have prop firm traders who are actually successful and able to reach payout status. They're making a lot of money, right? You've seen some of my payouts out here. You've seen some other people's payouts on social media. So they're making money. But how are these people making money? Well, you have to understand that most prop firms operate in a sim environment, meaning most traders, even the profitable ones, are not trading in a live market account, meaning these orders are not going into the CME. They're not creating liquidity and they're not creating volume. They're just staying within, let's call it a video game. And this means that all the money is staying within that prop firm industry. And who isn't seeing much of any of this money outside of maybe collecting some data fees? The CME, they're not seeing any of that. They're not seeing liquidity into the markets, and they're not seeing volume increasing. You have to think about it this way. You can open up an account with somebody like Tradeovate for like $500 and trade futures. That is liquidity into the market, and that is volume into the market. Now you have tens of thousands, if not more, if not hundreds of thousands of traders trading at prop firms all across the world, okay? And these people are spending that kind of money and more via evaluations and PA fees, and that money isn't going into the CME. That liquidity, that volume is not going into the CME. It's staying in that video game world where some people are making money. You know, I know that when I'm trading for the prop firm and I'm trading in their account, more often than not, my trades are probably not being copied, and I'm trading in a sim environment and I'm getting paid real money when I get my payout. So the CME is probably like, yo, I'm not really a fan of that. I think this needs to change, because prop firms should be focused on getting traders into what, guys? They should be focused on getting traders into live trading accounts. Why? That creates volume, that creates liquidity for the CME, that helps the CME grow. That is money. So it doesn't take a rocket science, right, to extrapolate that what is going to happen here is that the CME is going to want more live traders, these prop firms, to start pushing more traders into live accounts, right? They're going to want, if you graduated from the evaluation, went into the sim world, and you traded there and you made money successfully, and the prop firm likes how you trade, they're going to want to push you into a live account, okay? And most places, from what I'm seeing, guys, including, if I'm not mistaken, at Apex, you're going to be allowed to trade 3 live accounts. So that's always nice. You might not be able to trade 20 live accounts, but at least you can trade 3 live accounts. And that doesn't stop you from trading from one of the other firms as well when you're trading in an evaluation and then a sim funded account with them, or possibly live accounts with other firms. So now, you don't believe me? You don't think that what I'm saying is true? Let's see what a leading prop firm CEO has to say about all this. Now, before we move any further, guys, do me a quick favor, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I upload my videos or go live. And if you want to trade with Apex, if you want to trade with Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, or Earn to Trade, make sure to use coupon code Jesse, Jessew, and that'll get you the biggest and deepest discount available. Remember, all caps, Jessew, and that'll get you the biggest, deepest discount with any of the firms. Now, this is an interview that Daryl Martin, the CEO of Apex, did out of Kufsa. and that is a YouTube channel right there on YouTube, Out of Kufsa with a Q, with a K, Kufsa. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. So I want to give credit where credit is due. And we're going to go ahead and grab this little piece here. And I want you to listen to it very carefully. I want you to listen to it with an open mind, despite what you might think of Apex. And then I want you to give me your opinion and thoughts on that matter, which is regulation, CME regulation on prop firms.
Successful is I make a withdrawal and I make another withdrawal and I make another withdrawal and I make another withdrawal, And so we're really pushing those successful principles, probably the only company really pushing those successful principles as traders for traders. So many of them are out there, like they'd rather use blow through and blow through and blow through and blow through, Again, regulation isn't going to allow that very much longer. Okay, we know this, we're talking to, and they're not going to allow these companies, like these companies don't even have path to life, they're just going to be shut down, And even the platforms are starting to vet. They're just now starting to vet who they're allowing to come on. So all these pop-up fly-by-night companies, most of them are going to be gone.
We've seen a lot of new prop firms pop up recently out of nowhere, very small places, out of nowhere. Apparently, since CME is starting to put some pressure on possible regulations that more than likely are coming on the pipeline soon, a lot of these places are even being denied by the platforms that they're trying to get hooked up with. I would imagine they mean places like Tradevate, Ninja. God, I forgot the name of it now. It is another big futures trading platform. And apparently they're saying, nah, we're not going to work with you because they know that all these companies were coming into the market, we're coming into the space and treating everything like a video game with no direct path to have traders go to live accounts. So if they're not having anything, an ability for these traders to go to live account eventually, then what are they doing? So it looks like they're not going to work with them because they know the CME is going to shut these places down.
And a lot of new ones are no longer going to be forming because they're starting to deny people because we want to keep the industry clean because we don't want it to be over-regulated. So we got to make sure we have a good, clean industry. And the CME goes, are you creating live traders?
See, there it is. And he said one thing that was very key to me. We don't want this to get over-regulated. We don't. Anytime an industry gets over-regulated, it hurts the businesses and it hurts the consumers. We as prop firm traders are the consumers. And if it gets over-regulated, we will get hurt. That means we're going to have less prop firms out there to choose from to trade with, which means less competition, which means, what does it mean, guys? Whenever there's less business out there, less businesses, less competition, it means the end consumer has less options to pick from. It means that the small amount of businesses that are able to remain open charge exorbitant prices on things and don't necessarily need to compete customer service wise. So we don't want over-regulation because that, I'm telling you right now, I've been in the business industry for many years, various different sectors. And if there's a lack of competition, there's a lack of good service.
Are you creating volume for the exchange?
There it is. The CME says, do you have live traders? Do you have a path to make live traders? After all, the whole purpose of a prop firm is supposed to be to create a live trader, somebody that's going to trade the firm's actual cash in the open market. CME is asking, yo, what's up? Why are we not we're seeing so many prop firms out there. We're seeing so many people. We're seeing this industry heat up. There's a lot of money out there. Why are we not seeing an increase in volume, an increase in live traders on the markets?
Or are you just creating a video game? Which one are you doing? And so they want to see a path that the company has for creating volume on the exchange. That's the reason that the prop firm companies should exist, according to the CME. And so we have to go, okay, if we're going to move people to live, then we got to make sure that they trade like a live trader should be trading. And so that's the reason for the rules, is to, help develop traders and make them better. And
And there's the key. Now you have to understand, and this is going to come across the board. We're talking about all the firms. We're talking about all of them. Apex, Earn to Trade, Take Profit Trader, My Funded Futures, Top Step, everyone. They're going to get stricter when you start to move from evaluation to sim funded to live. When you get to live, you have to understand that you're going to be trading their money, their capital. So they're going to be extra strict with their rules. Why? Why wouldn't they? If all of a sudden you had $100,000 and you chose 10 traders and you gave them each $10,000 accounts to trade in, would you not want to protect that capital with rules so that if there are losses, there will be minimal losses and you can move on and find other traders that could fit that role properly? Each firm is going to have their different idea of how these rules should take place. But you have to understand you're not going to be able to step into those for the most part in those live accounts and trade however you want to trade. I won't be able to trade however I want to trade. If we're in a live account with a firm, we're going to have to trade by their rules and go by what they want us to do and how they want us to mitigate risk. If I want to trade however I want to trade, then I can just trade in my regular private cash account. And that's what's going to happen here moving forward. It doesn't mean it's going to be harder to get paid. It doesn't. It means that the traders who are able to manage risk properly, not put their ego ahead of the rules, would have a very good chance at being successful for one of these prop firms.
A ton of people talk about how the rules have made them much better traders. So not like doubling down, DCAing 10 times over. It's like, yeah, it works 9 out of 10 times, but the 10th time you blow everything you ever had, stuff like that.
So there you have it, guys. Straight from the horse's mouth, you have the CEO saying what he's saying regarding CME, regarding possible regulations. You have my opinions on why these regulations are coming on down the pipeline. And then you have my thoughts and my reaction to what he had to say. Do I think it's a good idea? It's great that we have these regs coming? No, I don't. I'm not one to say that I like regulations for the most part, because I think the consumer should be able to choose according to their needs and wants where they want to spend their money and what type of firm or what type of product they want to buy. But that's neither here nor there, because it's coming, it's going to happen. So now us as traders, we have to decide whether we want to follow rules, whether we want to become better traders, and which firms we want to stick with. So there it is. Let me know your thoughts. Drop them in the comment section below. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Like I said, hit the notification bell. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you on another one. Peace.